Hello, Matchday number 3 now, and we have the 12th of October games, and we've got basically all the matches taking place on this particular day there, and we got what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, we've got 20 matches to preview through, give the odds for the game, score predictions, myself and the football simulator, get involved for all sorts of different country league predictions as well too, as well as these international games. So feel free to get involved and see how you get on, as if you get involved with the series you also get points based on these particular odds for the matches. So the bigger the underdogs, the more points you're able to potentially accumulate, assuming you get the correct result to come through. And I'll give you the leaderboard as it stands currently. It sees myself on top with 36.19 since the beginning of the Nations League tournament. The football simulator in second place, not too far behind, 33.53. Tomo is in third place, 5.89. Cavan Wright in fourth with 4.49. And in fifth spot is Tu Swath with 0 points. So feel free to get involved and you'll get to be on the leaderboard regardless if you manage to get anything correct. So let's get through these games then, because there was a lot of them. And if you want to find out previous results and the other match day, you want to check out the previous video there where there's just 7 games to preview for the 11th of October. But on to the 12th of October, starting off with Ireland against Wales. 280 for Ireland, 260 for Wales, 288 for the draw. Head-to-head record has seen Wales winning both games back in 2018, 1-0 and 4-1 winners. In 2017, Ireland came through a 0-0, and there's also been a 0-0 draw. Before that, 2007, been a draw and an Ireland victory. This game here, I'm going to go for Wales to come through 2-1 winners, and Football Simulator has gone for the exact same result. They are 2-1 for Wales. Kazakhstan, they take on Albania. 230 for Albania, 310 for Kazakhstan, and 3 butts for the draw. We got 2 wins for Albania back in 2004, 2005. But I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw for this match here. Football Simulator is going to go for the home advantage, Kazakhstan, to come through with 2 new winners. Croatia against Sweden. Croatia winning both of these matchups there, 2004, 2005, 1-0 wins. $1.80 for Croatia, 4.20 for Sweden, 3.40 for the draw. I'm going to go for Croatia to come through 3-1 winners. Football Simulator sees a 2-1 for Croatia. Lithuania against Belarus. I don't have any head-to-head records between these two nations here. Competitive matches, that is. I don't think these ones include the friendly matches they potentially could have played, but I wouldn't be too surprised if they never played before. 2.20 for Belarus, 3.40 for Lithuania, 2.88 for the draw. So underplayed Belarus there recently there. I thought they might have been involved with a bit more of the COVID situation. They might have had a few players out of their squads, but they seem to have survived that matters. So I'm going to go for Belarus to come through on this game here, 1-0. Football Simulator sees a 0-0 draw. Got England taking on Belgium. Big match here. 250 for Belgium, 263 for England, 325 for the draw. Played a couple of games back in the 2018 World Cup, of course. 2-0 winners for Belgium and 1-0 winners. Included a third place game and also a group stage match. Both of those matches, ironically, didn't really mean too much. But Belgium are a better outfit than what England are these days. They are number 1 in the world. So I've got to give them credit where credit is due, despite it being in England's home field. And going to go for Belgium to come for 3-2 winners. Football Simulator sees a 3-1 win for Belgium. Estonia taking on Lithuania, or North Macedonia. It's been a 1-1 draw and a 1-0 win for North Macedonia back in 2006-2007, that is though. 5.50 for Estonia, $1.62 for North Macedonia, and 3.30 for the draw. Going to go for the favourites, North Macedonia, to come through 1-0 winners. Football Simulator sees a 2-1 win for North Macedonia. Armenia taking on Georgia. We've got nothing for you here. Odds for the game, 288 for Armenia, 250 for the Georgia, and 3 butts for the draw. Going to go for Georgia, 2-1 winners. Football Simulator sees a 3-0 win for Georgia. Bosnia against the Dutch. Got nothing for you here as well too, other than Netherlands big favourites at $1.40. 7 butts for Bosnia, 4 butts for the draw. Going to go for a bit of an upset here. Going to go for a 1-1 draw. Football Simulator is going to go for bigger upsets with Bosnia to come through 4-2 winners. Finland, they take on Bulgaria. $1.72 for Finland, $4.50 for Bulgaria, $3.30 for the draw. 1993 last time they played, and it's actually gone all the way up Bulgaria, including games back in 1961. So he's 6 out of 6 for Bulgaria against the Finland outfits, though it's going to be tough to see them get another victory here, given the nature and the changes between the sides of what's happened over time. With Finland big favourites at time to break that hoodoo, but it is a hoodoo for a reason, so I'm going to go for Bulgaria to come through once again and get a 2-0 win. Football Simulator is going to go for Bulgaria as well, 1-0 winners. Norway, they take on Romania. $1.91 for Norway, 4 butts for Romania, $3.25 for the draw. They did play a couple of games last year, both turned out to be draws. Before that, 2003, also a draw. 2002 though, win for Norway, been a win for Romania, and another draw. So many draws and a victory each. So a tough game to call, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Football Simulator sees a 1-0 win for Norway. Next up, we have Northern Ireland as they take on Austria. Austria, the favourites here, $1.72, $4.50 for Northern Ireland, and $3.40 for the draw. They did play a couple of games back in 2018. Austria coming through 2-1 and 1-0 winners on those occasions. Before that, 2005, 2-0 winners for Austria as well. Before that, 2004, 3-3 draw, and then you have to go back to the 90s where it's all been in Northern Ireland. So recent history has favoured Austria, so I'm going to go for them to come through 3-1 winners. Football Simulator sees a 2-0 win for Northern Ireland. And did I say the odds for the game? $1.72 for Austria, $4.50 for Northern Ireland, $3.40 for the draw, if you missed it. Poland, they take on Italy. $1.91 for Italy, $3.75 for Poland, $3.30 for the draw. Recent games, they did play back in 2018, 1-0 win for Italy, 1-1 draw. Before that, all the way back in 1997, where it's always basically been Italy or drawing. And then you have to go back all the way to 1974 of Poland getting the sole victory against the Italians. So Italy or draw, I'm going to go for Italy 2-1 winners. And the Football Simulator has gone for an absolute bonkers prediction here. It's going to go for Poland to win it 7-3. If that comes in, gonna make a video about it, just based on that game there. 10-goal thriller between Poland and Italy. Feel free to check that video out in the near future. Next up, we have Kosovo against Slovenia. 3 butts for Kosovo, $2.40 for Slovenia, and 3 butts for the draw. Don't have a head-to-head record between these two nations, and we both decided to go for a 1-1 draw, so let's move on. Greece, they take on Moldova. Greece, huge favourites here, $1.22, 14 butts for Moldova, and 5 butts for the draw. Last time they played back in 2009, 1-1 draw. Before that, 3-0, 2-1, and 1-0 wins for Greece in the 06, 07, and 08 seasons. Greece, despite them beating Kosovo away from home, it seems the recent trend for them is to slip up against some smaller nations. So 5 butts for the draw, 14 butts for Moldova. Seems too tempting not to go for one of those options. And I'm going to go for Moldova to get a 1-0 win and potentially bag a huge 14 points if that comes through. Football Simulator is going to go for Greece, 2-0 winners. Next up we have Scotland taking on Slovakia. 2 bucks for Scotland, $3.75 for Slovakia, and $3.25 for the draw. There's been a couple of games between these two sides there. 1-0 for Scotland, 3-0 win for Slovakia. Gonna go for Slovakia, 3-1 winners. Football Simulator says a 3-2 win for Scotland. France, they take on Portugal. It's the World Cup winners taking on the Nation League count winners, holders, you want to call it. So big match here that a number of people will be watching. So $2 for France, $3.75 for Portugal, and $3 for the draw. Last time they played back in 2016, Portugal won it on extra time, and this was back in the Euro final, I believe, there at France's home stadium. So yeah, the French want redemption on that huge match there. Before that, France did manage to win in 2006 1-0, and a couple of extra time victories back in 2000 and 1984. This game is a bit of a tough game to call, so I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw to keep both countries reasonably happy. And the Football Simulator is going to go for France, 2-0 winners. Iceland, they take on Denmark, and it's all been Denmark 2011, 2010, 2006, 2007, 2000, 2001 games there. Got some 1-0s, 2-0s, 3-0s, 6-0s, and only just the 2-1 victory. Only goal Iceland managed to score on that occasion there. So, seems like they're going to go for Denmark. $1.67 odds, $4.50 for Iceland, $3.60 for the draw. So I'm going to go for Denmark, 3-0 winners. Football Simulator sees a 2-0 win for Iceland, however. Last 3 matches going into now. And we got Israel taking on the Czech Republic. So it's $3.50 for Israel, $2 for the Czechs, and $3.30 for the draw. I don't have any head-to-head records for these two nations. 2-1 for the Czechs for me, and 3-1 for the Czechs for the Football Simulator. Got Serbia against Hungary, nothing going here as well. $1.67 for Serbia, $4.50 for Hungary, $3.50 for the draw. Gonna go for a 6-goal thriller. Gotta spice it up with the predictions on some occasions. And I'm gonna go with a 3-3 draw. Football Simulator, so many occasions somehow randomly follows my advice, because I make my picks before I put it into the app to make its picks, and it's gone for a 3-2 win for Hungary there. So goals galore in this match as expected, so don't let us down. And the final game, we have Russia taking on Turkey. $2 for Russia, $3.60 for Turkey, $3.10 for the draw. Got a couple of games here back in 2018, Russia 2-0 and 2-1 winners against the Turks. Gonna go for the Russians to rush home and get themselves a 2-0 win, despite them already being at home, so just stay there. And the Football Simulator is going to go with a 1-1 draw to end things off. So those are my predictions, the Football Simulator's predictions. Feel free to get involved and make all your predictions, whether it's one match or all 20 games there. And yeah, see how you get on the overall leaderboard once we come back around next time. Should be very exciting indeed. Until then, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, also feel free to subscribe. Cheers.